What's up, everybody? This is Robert from Scattermind Central. You remember how I told you last time that sometimes life gets in the way? Well, life's gotten in the way for about 2 months or so for all of us. With that being said, what I want to discuss today is change. Change can take on many forms. Me having children, our kids are constantly growing. I spent most of the day going back and reminiscing and thinking about certain things that have happened over the course of their lives, which of course affects my life, and looking at like different pictures and stuff. The one of which that stuck with me was the first picture that Nish and I took with the three kids. This is before Logan was even thought of. And it just kind of stuck with me. And Nish and I have been having the conversation off and on all day just about growing and everything that changes us on a regular basis. Things that happen to facilitate that change. And she and I, neither of us are good with it whatsoever. Like, I hate change. I am very much a creature of habit. I like to be stuck in my ways. Just leave me the fuck alone. Let me do what I'm doing. That type of thing. Always have been. Always will be. And to be honest, I don't like anything new happening. With that being said, everything's constantly changing in my life. If you look at the past, 7 years for me, almost every single thing about me has changed in some shape, way, or form. To start with, I got divorced, got remarried, ended up having a fourth child. I've changed jobs. I've gotten fired. Well, laid off, whatever you want to fucking say. I've lost a lot of friends. Made some new ones. I've had to watch my kids grow up in that span of time as well. Had to watch my nieces and nephews grow up in that span of time. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for change. I'm just very much a creature of habit, like I said, and I don't like things changing. But I know that it is for the greater good. I have been through so much, and all of us have. Every single one of us has got their own crosses to bear, or whatever, however you want to put that. Mine are no different than anybody else's. Everybody else has to deal with, the loss of a relationship, the loss of friends, going through divorce, going through deaths of loved ones, loss of jobs, all of that stuff. Everybody has to go through that. And more often than not, we're always terrified of those things. Maybe because we don't understand it. It's the fear of the unknown, that whole baser instinct thing. I don't know if that's what it is, or if it's just we become comfortable in what's going on and what we have going on a regular basis, and our routine becomes holy writ, to where that's the way it has to be. It's the way it's gonna be, whatever the situation is. I know me personally, Nish would tell, she's told everybody, including myself, that my previous job was killing me. And that's not saying anything negative about the people. It's not saying anything negative about the job in general. I love the job. I love helping people get into new homes, all that stuff. It very much gratifies me to see that happen for somebody. It's the constant monotony. Everything being the exact same, day after day after day after day. And in my case, it was 6 years straight. I think in that 6 years, I had one actual vacation where I didn't work on anything. And that's not the company's fault. That's my fault for not distancing myself and actually taking the time to be away from work. Nish gets pissed off at me all the time because of stuff like that. I've always been like that, though. There's other things to do. There's other work to be done. If I don't do it, who else is going to do it? That type of thing. But I think that stemmed from not wanting to take time off, because if I take time off, then they're going to realize they don't need me, and then whatever. And it just goes on a ungodly spiral from there. And then, of course, me being stressed out about that stuff leads to me being stressed out in my marriage. Leads to me being stressed out with the kids, with the friends, etc. Since I've lost my job last month, everything's been going better. I don't have... Okay, I'm not going to say that I never have bad days. I'm not going to say that at all. Yesterday was a bad day, mentally. Just down on myself, never going to find a job, everything's just going to go to shit, and Nisha's going to have to carry the burden by herself, and just every fucked up thought you could possibly have in that situation. And me having those fucked up thoughts whenever it comes to my career, my job, leads to negative and fucked up thoughts about literally everything else. Well, am I doing right as a father? Am I doing right by Niche as her husband? And then that turns into even more negative shit. Oh, well, you're a piece of shit, so nobody really cares about you. Everybody hates everything about you. You're not really likable. People tolerate you because of your wife or your kids or this, that, and the other thing. Your wife doesn't really care about you. If she had a choice, she would leave you almost immediately. Your children are going to end up resenting you. Your friends barely tolerate you because you're a fucking piece of shit. Lazy, overbearing, overopinionated. And all those things may be true. I am overopinionated. I am an asshole. But that doesn't mean anything. These podcasts are going to turn into my therapy sessions, I'm sure. Everybody's only seen the one side of me. Well, maybe not the one, but everybody's seen what I let them see. It's always been like that. I've always been like that. In all fairness, there's only been one person that I've ever opened up to completely. That's my wife, Niche. She's the only one that's seen me completely vulnerable. The only one that's seen me completely naked, quote unquote. And just exposed. I've had breakdowns with her. I've had breakdowns with a lot of people that'll probably be listening to this. The ones that come to mind are Niche and Crystal, Bub, Gabriel, Jimmy's seen it, Bandy's seen it, but they were different types of breakdowns. They weren't all the end-all, be-all, end-of-the-world breakdown. The only person that's really seen that's Niche. Sometimes it was a culmination of a lifetime of bullshit built in my brain, or past traumas, or past dramas for that matter. And I ended up taking them out on her. I'm not going to say that her and I's relationship has been perfect, because it hasn't. I mean, shit, even how we got together was a fucked up story in and of itself, but I spent my whole life looking for something. And at 34, I'm starting to realize that. I was looking for somebody to put forth the effort that I knew I was willing to put forth. Somebody to love me unconditionally, the same way I would love them unconditionally. And that had never happened before Niche. Not once. I thought it did. We all thought. I mean, everybody's been in relationships their entire life and thought that this one's the one. This is going to be forever. And it just turns out it's not. And with Niche, it's the first relationship that I've ever been in that I've told her from the beginning, look, I don't know if this is going to be forever. I want it to be. I don't want to be with anybody else. I haven't wanted to be with anybody else since I met her. As fucked up as that sounds. As fucked up as that is. All I want to do is get better. Every day is a constant struggle for me. Constant fucking struggle. There's those days where nothing seems like it's ever going to get better. You know, we all have that, I'm sure. The only one that might not is Bub, and that's just because I don't think he gives a fuck. Which is why I aspire to be like Bub. Everybody's got their own drama. Everybody's got their own shit. My shit is I'm bipolar. Completely bipolar. Completely bipolar. That sounds contradictory. Whatever. I tend to snap out of nowhere. Like hard too. It's not just oh fuck you. It's oh fuck you. I hate you. I hope everything in your life goes to shit and you're a waste of space and blah 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 blah. Whenever I lash out at somebody, I go for the fucking jugular. Not because I mean it. I mean, I'm sure there is some underlying bullshit if I really dug down deep. But most of the time, it's not even in regards to the person that I'm dealing with. I've had a nasty habit of not taking out shit on the person I should take it out on. Why did this turn into a mental health thing? I guess it's what I needed to talk about. Things are fucked, okay? For me right now, personally, things are fucked. I lost my job. I'm not happy about it. Came out of left field. Wasn't prepared for it. Mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever. I mean, I've taken it out on Niche a little bit. Taking it out on the kids a little bit. Because that's just how I work, unfortunately for them. I'm not perfect. None of us are. If you say you are, you're full of shit. As egotistical as I am, I don't think I'm perfect. In fact, I know to the contrary. As does everybody else. At some point, I've told everybody that I've ever cared about to fuck off. Everybody. I'm not going to say that some of them didn't deserve it. In fact, the vast majority of people I've told to go fuck themselves have deserved it. I've cut so many people out of my life in the past 7 years. And I don't regret a minute of it. I probably should. But I don't. Because I've surrounded myself now with a group of people that I would take a bullet for. You know, my entire life I've been looking for family. Been looking for people to really have my back the same way I have theirs. Same thing I was doing in relationships. Just looking for that 100% dedication. I know that's kind of codependent, however you want to put it. And you wouldn't be wrong, necessarily. But I'm the type of person that if I care about you, I care about you. And I don't give a fuck how gay it sounds or whatever. I care. Whenever I get mad, it's because I care. A lot of people don't understand that. If I didn't give a fuck, I wouldn't react the way that I do. And there's probably something deeper there, where it just comes out to some childhood bullshit. Where you want to be loved and blah, 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 blah. Fuck ever. Which is bullshit because I was loved as a kid. So I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Abandonment issues probably. But that's another fucking topic. That's what it is. As a kid, I was always looking for my parents. Didn't really grow up with mom. Never even met my dad. And while I was searching for that in my formative years, I ended up overlooking the two people that mattered most. My grandma and my grandpa. They're my mom and dad. They're the ones that raised me. I doubt they'll ever hear this. And if they do, I don't know how they'd react to it. Especially with all the cussing. I treated them like shit the majority of my life. Up until I started having kids myself. And since I started having kids myself, I've distanced myself purposely. Because I don't want to add anything extra to them. I got enough shit to worry about. And they did their time with me for damn sure. And that turned into doing the same thing in my relationships. I was always looking for something else. Something quote unquote better. The grass is greener. Something different than what I had. Luckily, I ended up finding it. I ended up finding it out of wedlock. It was a fucked up situation. Real fucked up situation. But as is with most things in my life, the fucked up situations ended up leading me to one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And Nish, I know you're listening to this. No, I don't know why I can't express myself like this to you unless I'm writing it down or doing some fucking song or some dumb shit like that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You made me a better person. And I know this whole thing sounds like fucking like a suicide letter or something. And it's really not. I got over that a long time ago, thankfully. But that doesn't mean the voices are still there. Or aren't still there, rather. Especially right now. You just feel alone, bleak, like nothing's ever going to get better. But then I do what I did today, and I start reminiscing and thinking about how much the kids have grown, or everything that Nisha and I have been through together. She's nursed me through some bullshit. Bullshit that I wouldn't have wanted to deal with. That's for goddamn sure. You know, luckily we've never cheated on each other or anything like that. But she's had to deal with my drinking. And my drinking was a motherfucker. I was a downright piece of shit whenever I was drunk. Fortunately, it never got to the point where the kids saw any different. Chris even made the comment one time, like, "Oh, Dad, I like you when you're drunk. You're really happy and talkative and loving." That was because he saw before the spiral. After that, that's what Nisha had to deal with. The fuck you, I hate me, I hate everybody, nobody cares. All that bullshit. All that bullshit's still there, by the way. Hence why I don't drink anymore. Because all of the insecurities in my head, one, they're amplified whenever I drink. Two, they're amplified to the point where it's like I have a megaphone attached to my brain, and every fucked up thought that I have comes out. Every insecurity, every bit of bullshit that has ever plagued me, everything that I've ever questioned, it comes out on whoever the fuck is closest to me. I punish Niche for a lot of things that other people did. And that's not just one person, that's just in general. I've punished Niche because of shit that I have done. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I am trying to get better. That I know. And that's what I realized whenever I was looking at these pictures. You know, I see a picture from July of 2012. Okay, anybody that knows that Mandy and I separated, I believe, at the end of October of 2011. I was pretty fucked off from then. I don't know, for a while. And the picture that I pulled up was a simple picture. It's a picture of me, Niche, Chris, Kaylee, and Noe. And I was 6 years old. So let's see. Chris would be 8. Chris is 8. Kaylee's 7. Noe's 2. In this picture. It was right after, well, the biggest change we've had to deal with. You know? I'm not even sure we were divorced yet. But it was a big change. A really big change. You know, and we're all smiling in the picture. But looking back at it, I remember how volatile I was. I was always I was on the edge all the time. Didn't know what was going to happen next. Had no fucking clue. I'm pretty sure I was telling Niche at the time that I didn't want to get married again. Definitely didn't want any other kids. And change has been difficult. For 7 years, it's been difficult. Our lives are in a constant state of flux. Chris is 14 in high school now. Kaylee is in middle school. Both the little ones are full-time in elementary school. Noe's doing coding club. Kaylee's got orchestra. She's also part of the yearbook. Chris is being every bit of a 14-year-old in the best way possible. Well, fucked up ways too, don't get me wrong, but they're all smart. They've all turned into very loving, adoring children. Smart asses. To no end. Smart asses. This is what happens whenever you have 4 smart ass parents, but I look at this picture and I realize that there's hope. Because Nisha and I were faking smiles in this picture. Not because we weren't happy. Because we were. She took such a weight off my shoulders, even at that point. And I would like to think I did the same. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think I'll ever know. But we were both faking smiles. And she and I have had that conversation multiple times. And she helped me find my smile. Because I did lose it for a while. And sometimes it's still hard. But I look at this picture and I see hope. To know that one of the times that I was the most down, thinking everything was just, nothing's ever going to be right again, nothing's ever going to get better, everything's just going to be constant stress, constant bullshit, and it's gotten better since then. I never thought I'd quit drinking. I never thought I'd quit smoking. Never thought I'd quit doing certain things that I used to do. Ah, fuck it. Drugging and whoring, basically. But I've stopped all those things. Days like today give me perspective. My perspective right now is that, yeah, shit's fucked. Yeah, I'm stressed. Yeah, I blew a ton of fucking money on Christmas that I probably shouldn't have, given the fact that I don't have a fucking job right now. But it'll be alright. I know it will. And I know it will because she's still got my back. She's always had my back. Why, I don't know. I've tried to tear her down in every way conceivable. I've tried to push her away as hard as I possibly can at multiple times. I'm not proud of it. I'm really not proud of it. Because out of all the people that have deserved every bit of my anger and every bit of my rage, she has never been one of them. She is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I know we're not getting divorced or anything. I hope. She might change her mind at some point. Everything's going to be alright. And I know everything's going to be alright. Because she tells me everything's going to be alright. Does that mean it's going to get better overnight? Fuck no. Definitely not. But it doesn't have to. Because as I look at these pictures, the one that I'm looking at now, this picture of me, Niche, and all 4 kids. From right before I got shit canned. Every single one of us is smiling. And really smiling, it's not fake. And I realize how lucky I am. Yeah, things can be fucked up. Jobs can be lost. Marriages can dissolve. People can die. Hell, I could die. I've been coping with my own mortality lately too, but that's a different topic. But here and now, I'm a lucky son of a bitch. Yeah, things could always get worse. But what if they don't? What if things get better? And again, not suicidal. Far from it. But if anybody was ever looking, saying, I can't take this, now would be the time to step back and look at what you do have. Because I'm guilty of it. I'm spoiled. As I'm sure any member of my family will tell you. I see this picture. I'm in the center of it because why wouldn't I be? I'm fucking the center of the universe, apparently. Coincidentally, my kids are flanking me like a halo. And my wife's right next to me. I don't really know what the point of this was. I'm going to be alright. Everybody's going to be alright. Everything will be fine. Everything will work itself out. Whatever that means, whatever. And it's not always the way we think it's going to work out. Sometimes it's worse. In my case, it turned out way fucking better. All the depression, all the pain and anger, drunken stupidity, drugs, infidelity, take your fucking pick. All of that fucked up shit led me to this picture. Led me to really having my smile. Things do seem bleak. Things do seem scary. I don't know when it's going to get better. But honestly, I don't care. It can get better. It can get worse. I still have a smile. I still have my kids' smiles. Despite it all, I still have Nisha's smile. You chose poorly. Her, not me. I don't like change. I absolutely, positively, unequivocally hate it. But without change, without my entire life being turned upside down on a regular fucking basis, I wouldn't be where I am today. My kids wouldn't be where they are today. My wife wouldn't be where she is today. Change has made all of us stronger. Change has made all of us happier. Without change, I probably wouldn't have 2 of my children. And that thought breaks my heart. Especially considering how opposed I am to change. It's not bad. It's not necessarily good. At times. But it helps us grow regardless if it's good or bad. Nisha and I were having a conversation. We wouldn't recognize ourselves either way. Either us now looking back at the people we were 7 years ago, or us 7 years ago looking forward. I don't think either one of us would have predicted where we're at now. Everything's going to be alright. Eventually. Everybody will find peace eventually. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what it means. I would like to think that what I feel now is pretty close to peace. It's not necessarily happiness. But it's not non-happiness. Content. It's being content. Not looking for the next thing. Not looking for what's coming down the road. Hoping it's good. Preparing for it in case it's bad. Just enjoying the moment. Living for now. Not worrying about anything else. What could be. You focus on what is. I don't know if I have 40 fucking years or a month or a day. You get hit by a truck tomorrow. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. But ultimately, even if I do, I got to find my smile first. I got to see my family grow. And I'm not just talking about the 6 of us, 8 of us, 12, whatever. I'm talking about everybody. Yeah, family shrank. Kicked a lot of motherfuckers out of it. But I also added a lot of good ones to it. Now I'm looking at the picture from Thanksgiving. It's just one of those things. Change happens. Fear of change happens. I've tried to get myself to the point where if I fear something, I make myself do it. I push myself to it. It might not be the healthiest thing, but without it, Mandy and Gabriel wouldn't be as big a part of our lives as they are. Without it, we probably wouldn't be friends with Bubba and Crystal. Without it, I wouldn't let my cousin and my sister into my life. In their families. Everybody that makes me now, I wouldn't have taken a chance on. No matter what, it can be a great day. No matter what is in flux, no matter what's changing, everything can be cool. It just depends on your mindset, I guess. Well, my mindset now is focused on the good. For the moment, at least. That could change at the drop of a fucking dime. I am well aware. It's good right now. And I hope it's good for you too. I want everybody to know that if you ever feel like I do, or did, or whatever, just where everything's beating you down, nobody gives a fuck, just fucking text me. Message me on Facebook. If you have to, call me. I don't like talking on the phones, but I'll do it. Nothing's too big to get over. Nothing's too bad to not deal with. Everything can get better. And if not, you can change your perception of it. Everybody be good to yourselves and each other.